G'day guys, and welcome to our first episode of Cook It Like Crawley. Today we're going to be cooking a simple, easy, delicious beef stroganoff that everybody at home is going to enjoy. In this dish today we've got a beautiful piece of Australian grass-fed rump. It's a very versatile cut of meat and it can be cooked on a barbecue, in a pan. You can stir fry it, dice it, braise it. It has a real depth of flavour and is really tender. If you're not sure what to do with it, you can ask your butcher to prepare it for you. They'll trim it, slice it however you like it to cook at home. Now this recipe today serves easily a family of 4. It takes around 10 minutes to prepare and 30 minutes to cook. So let's get cracking. Today's recipe, we're going to start by heating a pan, and we've got some of our lovely Rio Vista CJR olive oil, and we're just going to get some oil in the pan and we're going to get it nice and hot. Now, once the oil is added to the pan, we've then got 500 grams of thinly sliced rump steak, which we just want to brown off in the pan. We don't need to completely cook it right the way through. It only needs to be browned. Got some beautiful Alston sea salt. Just want to season the beef. Give it a light season. Got some cracked pepper. Get that pepper in there. Okay, now it'll only take a couple of minutes to brown the beef. Now the beef's starting to brown off. We can transfer it to a bowl and we can throw it back in later on into the sauce once we've finished getting the sauce ready and cooked. I'm going to add a touch more olive oil to the pan. This Rio Vista olive oil is absolutely beautiful and you can pick it up in store here at Crawley's. I've got 1 large brown onion which I've thinly sliced. Now we want to just caramelise those onions until they're starting to soften and they're nicely glistening in the pan. Now the onions are starting to soften. We've got 500 grams of mushrooms here, which we're going to whack in, and now we want to just cook them down until they're lightly softened as well and they're starting to get nicely caramelised and shiny on the outside. Now our mushrooms have softened up really nicely. We've now got a tablespoon of garlic, which we want to add. We've got 1 tablespoon of smoked paprika, which goes absolutely beautiful. Now we just want to incorporate that around into the mushrooms, really smell those aromatic, all the aromatic goodness filling up your kitchen. So the garlic's starting to cook off with those mushrooms. And then we've got 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. We want to add that to the pan. Work it around our mushrooms. And then we've got a beautiful organic beef stock that we prepared earlier. We just want to add a cup of that beef stock to the pan. And we just want to bring it to the boil. And we want to reduce it back down to 1/3. Okay, so now our sauce has reduced. It's reduced back down by 1/3. I'm just going to add in another cup of beef stock. Now we've brought our beef stock back to the boil and we're going to put in some lactose-free sour cream. Now you can use any sour cream that you like, but I like to use lactose-free sour cream at home and it has less tendency to split when you add it to a sauce. So we're going to add 250 mils of lactose-free sour cream. And we just want to stir and just incorporate it into our stroganoff. Those smells are starting to smell absolutely beautiful. All those flavors, the smoked paprika, the onion, the garlic, it's all starting to come together really nicely. The Worcestershire sauce, you just got that lovely smell, that aroma coming out of the pan. Absolutely delicious. Now we've incorporated the sour cream to the sauce, and we're just going to bring that back up to the boil, and we're just going to start reducing that back down. And we're almost there. We've got 1/3 of a cup of packed parsley, and we're just going to throw that in there just to finish it off. And that's going to work its way into the sauce. It doesn't need anything else. From this point, we just want to reduce it until it sticks to the back of our spoon, and she's almost ready. Now that we've got our sour cream and our stock in there, it's reducing down absolutely beautifully. We're just going to finish it off with another cup of beef stock, and then we can just simmer it medium to low heat for the next 20 minutes. And it'll thicken up nicely and be ready to serve. Now we've been simmering this sauce for about 20 minutes. It smells absolutely beautiful. It's thickened down nicely. So we just want to then add our beef back to the sauce that we prepared earlier. All those juices as well. We'll go back into that sauce and give it flavor. Absolutely beautiful flavor. Just stir it in. We're going to give it another couple of minutes just for the beef, just to finish cooking off in the sauce, and then we'll start to serve. Now with this recipe, I really like to serve it with a nice buttery mashed potato. Mashed potato is one of my favorites. You can either have it with pasta, you can serve it with rice. If you want to be healthy, some zoodles, absolutely delicious. You can add it to that. Now we've got our stroganoff. It's absolutely delicious. Smelling absolutely beautiful. And we're just going to spoon it onto our mashed potato. And those onions, those mushrooms, all that beautiful flavour. Drown it in that beautiful sauce. Got a bit of chopped parsley on top. You know, just pick some leaves, parsley on top, and take a look at that. Absolutely delicious. Quick, it's only taken 30 minutes, and the family will absolutely devour it. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in our next episode of Cook It Like Crawley, where you can learn to cook like Crawley.